This is insurance and risk management. Insurance is staying near or far. Good afternoon. This paper is very technical. Though we are in practice well, then we are not giving that much stress as taking it as professional. But actually it's a very professional paper. This is very important paper, and worldwide its importance is increasing to a great extent. Now, countries like Bangladesh is giving a stress upon insurance and risk management because of extreme need of this financial issue. Now we have to discuss about the process for the formation of life insurance contract. When there is a life insurance policy, and that policy means a contract, an agreement between the two parties, insurer and insured. And so giving proposal before opening the insurance policy, the company and the policy holder, there should have an agreement between them, and there is obviously a printed form, and in the printed form everything in detail there is asked, and accordingly that should have to be fulfilled by the policy holder. And here his age, his father's name, his mother's name, his date of birth, his sex, his present address, permanent address, his profession, his health condition, all the things should be written in clearly. And here he has to fill up a medical certificate from doctor, and age also is a factor in when insurance policy is open. Then the consideration of the proposal, and with the application and the printed form, observing and thoroughly following the insurance company may consider the proposal. If they think this party is genuine, this person is the right client, physically fit, and he is not above the policyholder's age, then they will accept. And the financial capability of that one policyholder also is to become considered. Then the medical examination, physical fitness is lungs, heart, chronic disease, and other weight, height. This should be examined properly, thoroughly. Then collection of the agent's report, and the agent has to collect the report from the client. And in this connection, in this point, the agent must go through from the different other sources to get the vivid report of that client about whether his behavior, his manner, his financial, in terms of financial affairs, whether he is a fraud or a genuine one, his earning capacity, his social position, his family background, his professional background, all these things, the agent must collect from the client, at the same time from surroundings. Then the collection of the extra information, this I mentioned this from the surroundings or from his friend or from relatives or from his colleagues. These sort of information may be collected and procured. The proof of age, and this has to be from somebody, a 60 years old may say yes, he is 48 years old. If so, then that may be problematic for the wrong way gathering information of a certain one. In that case, his birth certificate from where he born, from the medical center, hospital, or from the local committee, or his HSS certificate. This must be proved. Then selection of the proposal. And then when all these papers are submitted to the insurance company, and then the company must categorize the proposal, say for the medical point of view, actuary point of view, and expert point of view. and they would analyze whether this capability is the right person for opening policy, and a specific premium rate should be applied and no change, and medical time to time if needed, medical report also. Then the acceptance of the letter, and observing all these things when it's fit, your financial strength is right, his behavior pattern is okay, and criminal offense, no criminal offense found in his lifetime. At the same time, and his family background is fine. Then they may accept the proposal. Then issuance of policy. Well, if they accepted this proposal, with the acceptance of the proposal, then the policy may be opened in favor of that policy holder. And obviously there is some specific format, and that format, basing upon that format, the insurance policy, application of the insurance policy, and then the other formats also for the declaration and for acceptance and for recognition, different other formats are there. So, lastly, the format of the opening policy is to be declared. Then, we are now to discuss about the process of collecting claims. So many questions are here, so I am going fast because insurance and risk management is a very wide paper. So, several more than 100 questions are here to discuss. In that one, basing upon importance, and just proceed. Say now to process of the collecting claims. How to collect the claims with the maturity of the insurance policy. If policyholder existed. Now if the policyholder is live with the maturity of the insurance policy, the policyholder will get the insured amount. In that case, some papers need to be submitted to the insurance company. Say for the proof of age, yes, proof of age from the medical report, from the SSC certificate, or from the local commissioner, councillor, or the chairman, and then proof of the death of the insured. And if the insured is dead, then his nominees or his heir, they need to collect some papers, say for the medical certificate from the hospital or from the graveyard, and from the court also for the succession certificate. That's okay. Then payment of the party claim in case of the multi-purpose policy. If the policy is for multi-purpose, so with the maturity of a certain specific purpose, the same amount is to be given to the policyholder or his nominee or the heir. Then claim for missing insured. If the insured is missed, then the nominee or heir may get the same amount or the same amount, but there should have an agreement, there should have a consent. If further the coming back, the insured is further coming back, then the paid amount is to be given back. Payment of claim. The same thing is with the death certificate, with the age certificate, death certificate, hire certificate, or the nominee, or the court succession certificate. All these things, these papers are necessary as per needed. So sometimes this has been seen that there sometimes insured policy may be stolen or torn or burnt out. In that case, for legal system is very much needed. Then they have to go to the police station for GD for a general diary. Anyway,
10 মিনিট আছে।
Next we have to discuss what is insurable interest in life insurance policy. Insurable interest in life insurance policy, we just like to say, and insurable interest is the right or relationship in regard to the subject matter of an insurance contract such that the insured can suffer financial loss from damage, loss or distraction to it. It's because he says it. In that connection, there are the two things you need to consider. There is insurable interest on own life. Yes, there is insurable interest for my own life. If that case any damage, any loss or any otherwise things happens or with the maturity of the policy holder, I mean insured, can get the said money. Bunyan says that every man is used personal to possess an insurable interest to his estate for the loss of his future gains or savings which might be the result of his premature death. Well, the premature death, if someone dies, then his higher or the nominees can get the said amount as mentioned in the insurance policy. Insurance interest in other life. So for the insured policy, if my own interest is not there, then such type of insurance policy is not generally accepted. But in some cases, say for the wife's right, the idea is how, with the death of the husband, the wife can get the policy saved money. At the same time, husband's insurable interest to wife's life. This is as per the 1909. The husband has the insurance interest in the wife's life because the domestic service is performed by the wife. If the wife is a dead, husband has to employ the other person to render the domestic services, and certain other financial expenditures will involve at her death, and which are not calculable. And business relations. Sometimes when there is a good business relation, partnership, then the insurable interest also goes up on the partner. The partner can also enjoy, but they should have the proper documentation. And the insurable interest between son and father, like the same way, they should have the proven records, agreement papers, and as nominee confirmed or assigned. And another question is that there is the importance of the insurable interest in respect of life insurance. Insurable interest, whether continuing or prevailing there, as per the main sources, the insurable interest is the pecuniary interest whereby the policyholder is benefited by the existence of the subject matter and is prejudiced by the death or the damage of the subject matter. At the same way, the insurance interest, further insurance interest may arise due to the family relation if pecuniary interest exists between the policyholder and life assured, because they are the relationship or ties of blood and or affection does not constitute insurable interest. So another topics we like to say, that is how is the policy lapsed in life insurance. In that case, if the premium of the safe policy is not paid regularly, then the policy may be cancelled. And if premium are not paid in grace time, even in the grace period, in the grace time, if the premium is not given or paid, then if premium and surrendered value are equal, or the premium and the surrendered values are equal, then that will not be the and up to that time that will be effective. If converted, then the whole policy would be void. So, students, insurance and line by line we have to go to discuss. But our course is vast, but time is limited. Under this pandemic situation, we are going through our academic programs, taking our classes regularly and conveying you chapter-wise discussion. So any problem you are facing, then you come and personally can contact with me. And at the same time, students, I like to say one thing, that is you should stress up on English. If you are not trained enough with spoken English, then that will be problematic for you for tomorrow in finding the job or selecting the job also. Okay? So best of luck. Keep yourself sharp and don't go outside aperture. Thank you very much.